This video will discuss chapter 11.8, area of circles. So what we're going to do today is talk about two formulas. One is for the area of a circle, and so that's this one. Area equals pi r squared. Two things to keep in mind with this formula. One is that the r is for radius, so if you are given the diameter, and we're going to practice a problem like this, where you're given the diameter, if you're given the diameter, you need to cut the diameter in half, right? You need to divide by 2 in order to find the radius. And then secondly, make sure that you are using PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. So the exponent, I need to square the radius first and then multiply times pi. So a lot of people kind of put this inside a parentheses and make it pi times radius, hit equals, and then square it. And what you need to do is do radius squared first and then times pi. This is for the area of a circle. This is for the area of a sector, right? So it's the sector, a section of the circle. And so what this is the number of degrees of the angle divided by 360 times pi r squared. Right? So it's the same as the area of the circle, but we're only taking a part of the circle, so we need to figure out what fraction of the circle we're finding, and then multiply that times the area of the entire circle. So we're going to practice these problems now. So let's take a look at something like this. Okay, and so for this first problem, I'm actually going to start with this problem first, and then we'll come back and do this one. So over here you've got the radius is 9, and so what you need to do then is take 9 squared, and then we're going to multiply that times pi, right? So if the area equals pi times r squared, this means that the area is going to equal pi times 9 squared, right? 9 squared is 81. So this is going to be pi times 81. And so this, when I type this into my calculator, is 254.4690 dot dot dot. If I'm rounding to the nearest tenth, this 6 tells me I should round up. And so this is approximately 254.5. And remember, this is area, so this is square meters. Now for this second problem, keep in mind that now I'm given the diameter, not the radius. So the first thing I need to do is figure out what is the radius, and then I'm going to take that, square it, and then multiply times pi. I'm trying to multitask and type some things in my calculator as I'm talking to you, and it's not going particularly well. So half of 15 is 7.5. So know the area equals pi times 7.5 squared. Right? And so 7.5 squared, 7.5 times 7.5 is 56.25. So this means that this is pi times 56.25. And then when I multiply that times pi, now I'm rounding, so I'm going to get approximately 176.7145 dot dot dot. This 1 tells me I should leave the 7 alone, and so this is, when I round it, going to become 176.7 square feet. Make sure that this is square feet, right, because we are talking about area. So this is how you find the area of a circle, whether you're given the radius or the diameter. Remember that we're always using radius squared. Okay, so the most common mistake here is to go 15 squared. All right, now what happens when we're talking about a sector or a part of a circle? So what I'm really looking for is just this part of the circle, right? I just want to know what is the area of that, not of the entire thing. And so since I know this is a right angle, this is 90 degrees, I'm going to use my formula, which is area is 90 over 360 times pi times r squared. Right? And so now I've got, let me type all this in. So now I'm going to end up getting, this is, I can reduce this to 1/4, though if you're using a calculator you wouldn't necessarily have to, but if you can see that, you also can think of this as being 1/4 of the circle, right? 1/4 times, if I take, let's go make this pi times 25. Now when I multiply all of this together, I'm going to get approximately 19.63495 dot dot dot. This 3 tells me that I should leave the 6 alone, and so this is approximately 19.6 centimeters squared. Remember, we're talking about centimeters squared because we are talking about the area of this part of the circle, right? If I wanted to figure out what the whole circle was, I could just do pi r squared. That would tell me the entire circle. I'm only looking for 1/4 of it because 90 degrees is 1/4 of a circle. All right, that is all we got for you today on area of circles. Thank you very much for watching the video. Don't forget to do the problems on the bottom of the page. See you in class.